Hello and welcome to another Sprues and Brews unboxing. Today we're looking at all the new releases for the Seraphon for Age of Sigmar. So first of all I want to say a massive thanks to Games Workshop for sending us free review copies to have a look at the site, build up and paint. So in this video what we're going to be doing is having a look at all the kits, checking out the sprues, seeing how they go together, and then towards the last half of the video I'll have these built and painted to show off what they look like in the flesh and do a bit of a size comparison to some other models in the range. But yeah, I know a lot of people have been excited for the Seraphon range and it's come soon after the launch box. Presumably the other kits from the launch box are also up for pre-order at the same time as this. At the time of filming I'm not sure of that, but I'm fairly certain that's going to be the case. So yeah, all sorts of goodies available to pick up. So yeah, let's have a look at these kits. So first of all, let's start with one that I know a lot of people have been looking forward to, the Saurus Scar Veteran on Aggradon. So this is your big Velociraptor, I guess, riding guy, a kind of HQ choice for your Seraphon. Really nice model. It's got a lot of synergy with the other Aggradon Lancers in the army. So let's open him up and have a look at what is inside. So it looks like it's just a single frame. He is on kind of a, I think, Vanguard on that size base. And again, if we look at the sprue, it is just a single frame on this one. But again, it looks like it's going to be a really nice model to build. So yeah, looking forward to working on this one. Like I say, we're going to try and get these all built and painted for the end of the video too, so we'll be able to look at these in a bit more detail. But yeah, there's loads of detail on this guy. I think he's got an option of having a lance or a melee weapon. I think statistically the melee weapon's a little bit better, but I think the lance looks better visually, so that's what I'm going to be building as, because it looks cool. So yeah, let's have a quick look at the instructions again. I can't imagine him being too difficult to put together because, like I say, he hasn't got many parts, has he? But yeah, I don't think there's too many kind of different options on here. Just the choice of weapon, really. Now, whether it's going to be possible to build this guy off his mount and paint him separately, I don't know. I'll have a play with it again. In the second half of the video I can talk a little bit more about the build experience for these. It looks like you've also got a couple of different head options on it as well, so that's interesting. All three heads look like they use different parts too, well certainly two of them do. There's a duplicated kind of crest on those two. I think I quite like this one with the more ornate crest on, but if you do have multiple ones in the army, at least you have got a choice of them. So yeah, that's really nice. We'll put him to one side and have a look at the next kit, which are the Aggradon Lancers. So these are your standard Velociraptor Cavalry, I guess. They're kind of the replacement of the Cold One Riders. Obviously they only come 3 to a squad now, but they are more dynamic. So again, let's open these up. I believe these have got a different, some different weapon options in there too. So we've got 3 bases and 3 sprues, and they are all different by the look of things. So yeah, these are really cool. I think everyone of a similar age to me probably fell in love with Jurassic Park as a kid. So the chance to be able to do an army full of dinosaurs riding what are clearly Velociraptors is really nice too. They've got some nice detail on them as well, like the kind of feathers in the tail. And there should be some nice textures that make using even contrast or something like that kind of really easy to paint them with. Yeah, these are cool models. I've always dabbled with a Seraphon army, but I've never been a fan of the older kit, so these new kits have given me the perfect excuse to get some dinosaurs painted. Yeah, they're really cool. Very cool. So again, before we move on, we'll have a quick look at the instructions and see how these things go together. Again, I don't think there's much variation in them apart from the weapons, but like with the Scar Veteran, there might be some like head options for them. So it looks like you build up the different heads, you build up the different tails, and then it looks like any tail and any head will fit on any body. And then there's 3 different feathers as well, so obviously with all those different combinations you can have a number of different looking Aggradons if you want to go for an Aggradon heavy list, and you can take these as battle lines, so it does give you kind of a number of options. And again, it looks like you get a lot of heads as well, so 6 plus a head for the champion actually gives you quite a lot of variety in how your unit's going to look, so that's pretty nice. And also it looks like they can just be pushed onto the top of the Aggradon too, so you can paint it separately to make things a little bit easier, because obviously the Aggradon you're probably going to be painting a different colour than the guy riding it. We've got some command options in the box too, like a standard bearer. I believe there's a drummer in here too, and again all of these look like they fit nicely onto any of the kind of the core heads and tails. I think the bodies are then different to support the different bits, like this has got the drums on it for the drummer. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to painting these guys up. What I would say is the shields you probably want to paint separate, and then I'd probably not stick the rider to the Aggradon as well, just to make things a little bit easier when you're painting it up. But yeah, they are very, very cool. I really like them. So that is the second kit. Next up, let's have a look at the Spawn of Chotec. So this is the new Razordon, was he called previously? The new replacement to that, and it's got more of a look of the classic one with a big kind of like Dimetrodon fin on it. Again, really looking forward to building this one up. So let's have a look inside and see what we get. So again, it looks like a single frame. And then I think they're all counted as one model for rules purposes, but you do actually get bases for the skinks. It isn't like on one big base holding them all. So again, fair size base on that one. And we'll have a quick look at the sprue, and oh, this guy looks pretty cool. So yeah, nice bit of detail on these. Like I say, dinosaur fans are going to have a field day. There's some nice texture on the fin as well to do some nice patterning. I can see a lot of these Seraphon models turning up in Golden Demons next year too. So yeah, they look like you've got a couple of different head options as well. So if you have got multiple ones in your army, you can have them looking slightly different between each other. So that's cool. Again, if we have a quick look at the instructions to see what is on here. So yeah, you've got a couple of different fin options for the side fins, and then a couple of different head options too, so either mouth closed or mouth open. Again, that's nice. You've got a couple of different head fins too, so yeah, if you've got a few of them in your army, you can actually do quite a few different variations of it, so they don't all look the same, which is a really nice touch. Similarly, the skinks look like they've got some different heads too. I don't know if they're across all of them or not. Yeah, a couple of different crests and stuff on the back too, so yeah, there is room here for having a couple of these within your army and them all looking slightly different, which is a nice touch. So that is the Spawn of Chotec. Again, we'll move him over to the side and have a look at the next kit, which is the Crocsagore. So Crocsagore have had a bit of a glow up with a new plastic kit, and this can also build a second unit, the Warspawned, who are like a better version of the Crocsagore, really. Again, that's slight difference to how they look. They've got different weapon options on them as well, so if we crack this open and have a look at those. This is a kit I know a lot of people have been looking forward to. So we've got some 50mm bases, I think they're on. And then we get 3 sprues for these, and again they're a really nicely detailed kit with lots of different weapon variations and different heads. So again, when we go through the instructions, we'll see if there's much potential for having, you know, a unit of 6 of them looking different. You're certainly going to be able to build a unit of Crocsagore and a unit of Warspawn and have them look different because they've got kind of different builds to them. Second sprue's got some more bits, and again they look really nice. They really have knocked it out of the park with these Seraphon kits. So much better than the old ones that they had. And again, lots of different head options on these, so that's cool. And then the final sprue. I suspect each of these sprues probably builds its own Crocsagore, but obviously we'll see in the instructions at how the breakdown of the kits is. But yeah, they're really, really nice. I do like them. So yeah, that's the Crocsagore frames. Again, we'll have a quick flick through the instructions and see how these guys go together. So, yeah, we've got options for if you're building the Crocsagore or the war spawns, and there's quite a few interchangeable parts, such as different kind of ends to the tails and stuff. So again, gives you quite a bit of customization, and you've got a few different poses on these as well. So yeah, I think there is going to be quite a lot of potential for having a unit of 6 looking different, especially if each of these Crocsagore can be built with 2 slightly different poses too. Now it looks like there are some minor variations between some of the builds, but enough to make things look a little bit different. Obviously the main difference between the 2 different flavours of Crocsagore is the weapons and the heads really. They've got more kind of crocodile heads on the war spawned, where they've kind of got stubbier heads on the standard Crocsagore. But yeah, they look really cool. I think I like the look of the war spawn more because they're more kind of like crocodilian. But yeah, they're really, really cool. So yeah, looking forward to painting these guys up as well. I'm torn on doing something more kind of like traditional dinosaur based or something more glowy and magical. But yeah, they're fun. So that is the Crocsagore, leaving us with just 2 more kits to look at. We'll have a look at the Saurus Astrolith Bearer next. This is your big kind of like standard bearer that's used to generate your summoning points. It also dishes out a ward save to nearby units. And again, really, really nice model. There was an old resin one, but this one definitely looks really nice with some detail within that banner. So let's open this up and have a look at him. And he is on a 40mm base by the look of things, and then just a single frame. And again, we've got some nice detail on here too. Obviously follows on from the aesthetic of the new Saurus kits. It is a shame that we haven't had more new Temple Guard to go with him. But I think they're one of the newer kits and still stand up really compared to some of the older stuff. But yeah, I do like that kit. That is very nice. Again, we'll have a quick look at the instructions before we carry on. This guy, I can't imagine him being too difficult to build because he's not in that many parts really. And I don't think this guy's going to have any alternate options or anything either, because it's just the one model. You're only ever going to have one of these within your army. So yeah, looks like a fairly straightforward build. So that is the Astrolith Bearer, which leaves us with the final kit, the new Skink Starseer. So again, this previously had a resin kit off the top of my head, and this new plastic kit is replacing that. And again, he looks really, really nice. Now it looks like he does actually have a couple of different poses on there as well, so again we'll see that as we dig into this box. So he's actually got 2 sprues. He's on a 50mm base, I want to say, and then yeah, 2 frames. So similar kind of like floating palanquin thing, similar to the slan, but obviously it's a Didier one because he's just a little skink. But yeah, really nice kit. These Seraphon kits are really, really nice, and like for a painter as well, somebody who's more into like the painting side than the gaming side, I think these are going to be a real treat to paint up with all the kind of riot of colours that you can have with them. So yeah, looking forward to working on this one. Again, before we jump ahead to the kind of assembled and painted models to show you what they look like, we'll just have a look at the instruction manual on this one too. Again, I suspect there's a couple of different assembly options on this one, just because there's a few parts that you can build differently. So even the gate itself can be built in one of two different ways. And yeah, it looks quite a complex build actually, with lots of parts, so this should be a fun one to build. Again, quite a few different parts, so a lot of these kits have got quite a bit of customization and kind of options for them, even down to the guy on the top. I think I prefer the standing guy with the staff and the guy sitting down, so I'll probably build that one up, but yeah, that looks really fun. So yeah, what we're going to do now is jump ahead to the future. We'll have these built and painted and have a look what they look like. And here's a look at the finished Aggradons and Scar Veteran on Aggradon, and I've got to say these are really fun models to paint up. Anyone of a similar age, I'm sure, grew up with Jurassic Park, so Saurus warriors riding Velociraptors is possibly the coolest thing in the world. And yeah, these are really cool. I kind of wish they were slightly cheaper in points, so I could do a full Velociraptor mounted Seraphon army. But yeah, these guys were fun to do. They are fairly easy for storage as well. So the riders on all of them, including the Scar Veteran, I've left separate as a separate sub-assembly, and then I painted them while attached to a piece of cork, like a cork or a paint lid or painting handle or whatever you want to attach them to. Makes it a little bit easier, so you can paint the actual Aggradon separately. For those, it was lots of contrast and dry brushing really. There's things I could go back and add on these guys, but yeah, I wanted to get them done for the video, so slightly quicker paint job on these than normally. But yeah, I'll go back in and add some detail, add some more highlights to the Saurus warriors, add some more highlights to the gold, add some variation to the gold as well. But yeah, they were really fun to do. So yeah, so that's a look at the Aggradons. We'll have a look at the other kits next. And here's the rest of the kits. Well, all the kits except the Crocsagore. Dave is working on those. Sadly, didn't get them done in time for the video, but there will be images of them up on the website. But I did manage to get all the other kits painted myself, and again, really nice kits. And I see I've kind of gone for jungly bases here, because I wanted to really kind of like lean into that Aztec space dinosaurs vibe that the Seraphon have got going on. And yeah, these models were so fun to work on. The Spawner Chotec, I'm still not convinced on him. I've kind of gone for a more retro scheme on him. You know, as a kid I had a Dimetrodon figure that was very bright greens and oranges and yellows, so I tried to lean into that, and I think he needs maybe just a little something added. Again, like with the other Saurus warriors on the Aggradons, some more highlights and stuff needed just to finish off these kits. But yeah, pretty happy with how they turned out for a quick scheme. It's one of those, obviously with a lot of things being reviewed at the minute, couldn't quite get these completely finished, but yeah, pretty happy with how they turned out. And the kits themselves, absolute joy to paint up. The Seraphon range refresh has been amazing, making them one of the best Age of Sigmar ranges, I feel. Obviously they've got a couple of older kits that have still, you know, been ported over, but on the whole, you know, all the new stuff from the launch box and this wave makes for an absolutely gorgeous army. Obviously you've got Lord Croak as well, who was recently done. He is an incredible centerpiece, so yeah, all in all, these models really are something special. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what we get in the future for Age of Sigmar 2. Obviously we've got some other big range refreshes on the way, like the Cities of Sigmar, and presumably at the end of the year the Flesh Eater Courts. And there's also some exciting stuff coming up before then as well, like Warhammer Fest, Games Workshop shared that we've got the Dawnbringer Crusades, can't campaign book series, and all of those seem to have new models with them too. So yeah, I think there's lots of exciting stuff on the way for the Cities of Sigmar. But yeah, that was a look at the new Seraphon boxes that are all up for pre-order today. They're out next week. Lots and lots of cool stuff on the horizon for Age of Sigmar. Over on the website, I've got some more images of these. I post a bit of a write-up and a written review on the kits too. So if you're interested in that, head over to spruesandbrews.com. If you would like to support the site, then we do have an affiliate link for Element Games. If you use that, we get a little bit of a kickback, which helps on running the site and paying for all the website costs and stuff. So yeah, if you have enjoyed this unboxing, why not give us a follow? We do lots of unboxings and battle reports and painting videos. The painting stream will be coming back as well this weekend, I believe. It's been a busy few weekends for us on the site, with various things going on like Warhammer Fest and holidays and the like. So the stream will be back, and hopefully over the run of 10th edition, when that comes out, we're going to be having some battle reports, live battle reports back on the site too, so that'll be really cool. I do want to film some content with the Seraphon as well, so I've got a few other bits that I need to paint up, but then I should be able to put together an army for these and do some battles. I know Dave's keen to do that too. So yeah, until next time, have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon.